Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Mind-blowing facts today. We're diving into a topic that's been going viral lately. Something that might just change the way you think about relationships and how to connect with the women in your life. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this because it's not something most people even think about. Today, we're talking about the one thing that 99% of men ignore, but women absolutely love. Yep, you heard me right. There's something that could totally transform the way you approach your relationships, friendships, and even those first dates. And I'm about to spill the psychological facts that will give you a serious advantage. Let's be real, the dating game can be tough. There's a lot of confusion and misunderstandings between men and women, especially when it comes to building that deeper connection. So, today, we're focusing on a simple yet powerful concept that women absolutely appreciate, but a lot of men overlook. It's something so subtle, so easy to do, and yet so many people miss out on it. So what is it? Well, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself looking at your relationships in a whole new way. You'll be armed with insight that will help you build stronger, more meaningful connections with the women you care about, whether it's a romantic partner, a friend, or even your family. Let's start with something that we all know. Communication is key. But here's the kicker. It's not just about talking. It's about how you communicate. Now, before you get confused, let's break it down. Women often say they want someone who truly listens, not just hears them. And it might sound simple, but here's where the problem lies. Most men think they're listening, but they're actually just waiting for their turn to talk. Ever been in a conversation where you're not really paying attention to what the other person is saying because you're too busy thinking about your own response? Well, that's the kind of listening most people do, and it's not what women are looking for. True listening means actively engaging with what the other person is saying, being fully present in the moment. It's the subtle difference between someone who's just nodding along and someone who is truly trying to understand and empathize with what the other person is feeling. And guess what? Women love this. They can tell when you're truly invested in the conversation and when you're just going through the motions. So if you want to make an impact, don't just listen, listen with your heart. That's a fact, folks. Women want to feel heard, valued, and understood. It's an essential part of feeling emotionally connected. And when you get this right, trust me, it'll take your relationships to the next level. All right, let's talk about something a little deeper. Women crave emotional connection, but it's not always about the big gestures. In fact, it's the small things that really matter. Here's an interesting psychological fact. Women are wired to pay attention to detail. They notice the little things, the way you smile when you're around them, the way you remember something they said a while back, or how you care about their day-to-day life. It's these small moments that really build trust and affection. Now, imagine this. You're talking to a woman, and she mentions something casual, like she loves a certain type of tea. A week later, you remember that conversation and surprise her with that exact tea. That's not just a thoughtful gesture, that's emotional intelligence at play. And let me tell you, women notice when you take the time to pay attention to the little things. It shows that you care, that you're listening, and that you value them. But what if I told you that it's not only about the little things in terms of remembering details? It's also about being vulnerable and showing your true self. You might be surprised to hear this, but vulnerability is incredibly attractive to women. In fact, many women appreciate it when a man opens up and shares his emotions, but in a balanced way. It's not about oversharing or dumping all your problems onto someone. It's about letting her see the real you, including your fears, hopes, and dreams. Being vulnerable builds a bridge of trust. It's a way of saying, hey, I'm comfortable with you enough to let you into my world. And you know what? That vulnerability can strengthen your bond and make the relationship feel more authentic. It's the emotional connection women are constantly looking for. If you're always closed off, she might feel like she can't fully connect with you. But when you let your guard down in healthy ways, it creates a safe space for her to do the same. Now here's something that ties into all of this. Empathy. Women, and people in general, respond to empathy. It's a basic human need. The ability to truly understand and share someone else's feelings can make all the difference in any relationship. Whether it's during a tough time or when things are going well, showing empathy tells a woman that you're not just there physically, you're there emotionally too. Your partner has had a rough day at work, and instead of offering solutions or dismissing her feelings, you take a moment to empathize. You listen, validate her emotions, and offer support. That's gold right there. Women love when a man can step into their emotional world and provide that sense of understanding without judgment. It's a huge part of what makes women feel safe, cared for, and ultimately more connected. And you know what's another big part of this? Appreciation. If there's one thing women adore, it's feeling appreciated. It's not just about saying thank you for the big things, but recognizing the small acts they do every day. Whether it's taking care of the household, being a great listener, or supporting you in ways that often go unnoticed, showing gratitude for those little things can mean the world. And you might be thinking, well, doesn't everyone appreciate being appreciated? And yes, that's true. But for women, the appreciation often feels a lot more meaningful when it's specific. Don't just say, thanks for everything, but rather say something like, I really appreciate how you took care of that today. It really helped me. That kind of recognition speaks volumes. Women love to feel that their efforts aren't going unnoticed. And trust me, it'll make her feel so much more connected to you. All right, so now we've covered communication, empathy, vulnerability, and appreciation. But there's one more thing I want to touch on before we wrap up, and it's something that might surprise you. It's about quality time. Women don't always want grand gestures or expensive dates. What they value most is the time spent together. It's not about the place or the price tag. It's about the connection you're building in those moments. Sometimes a simple walk in the park or watching a movie together can feel like the most intimate experience when you're both present and engaged. Time is a gift, and when you give your undivided attention to someone, especially a woman, it shows that she matters to you. So make time for her. Show her that, even in the hustle and bustle of life, she's a priority. So there you have it. Folks, the psychological facts about women that most men overlook, but women absolutely love. It's not about big, dramatic changes. It's about paying attention to the details, being present, and showing up emotionally. These are the qualities that help build a deeper connection and create lasting, meaningful relationships. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into relationships, psychology, and everything in between. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how these tips have worked for you, or if you have any other advice to share with the community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.